When you turn your machine on, it always comes up to this screen. This screen shows BSR1, BSR2, BSR3, and manual. BSR1, when you stop moving the fabric, it will slowly sew in place. So you have SPI, which stands for stitches per inch. So every inch, it's going to do 10 stitches with the BSR. BSR2, when you stop, it will no longer run. It will stop right in place. So if we're moving our fabric around and we stop, the machine will stop with us. BSR1 is for more advanced users. BSR2 is for more basic in the beginning when you're doing a lot of stopping. BSR3 is basting mode. It has 4 options, 1, 2, or 4 stitches per inch. This would be for when you start and you want to baste your leaders on or whatever. Manual mode. Manual mode eliminates the BSR from the machine and it just runs as fast as you're pushing the pedal or as fast as you're running the machine. So right now we have it set to run at 1,000 stitches per minute. You can move it all the way up to 2,200 stitches per minute. A lot of people, when they get more advanced, they tend to like the manual mode more. In the top left, we have our needle stop up or down. Right now it's set to stop down. You touch it and it will have it stop up. This machine is sit down right now. Because it doesn't have handlebars hooked up to it, you have the pedal option. So with this, right now they have tapping on the heel is going to tie a knot. You can program that to have the needle stop up or down or to lift the foot up or down as well. On the left, you have P1. This stands for program 1. So you can set all your settings the way you like them, the default BSR, the default stitches per inch, your default tension adjustments saved for you. You can also add multiple users so that if there's multiple people using the machine, you can all have your settings the same. This is a bobbin timer. You will kind of get a feel of how many yards are on a bobbin. And so when you put a new bobbin in, you can reset it so that when it gets low, according to count, it will pop up an alert and tell you that it's running low so you don't run low on your own. And then on the top left, you have your tension adjustment, which defaults at about 4. But you can change that by either going plus or minus or manually dragging it up and down. When you move it, you'll hear the tension adjusting. And then you have your home button. Button 1 is going to take you back just to sewing mode. Button 2 is going to take you to some more settings. So you can go into your knot settings, and when you hit knot, it will say how many stitches it's going to do to take that knot. Right now it's programmed to 4. Button 2 is your settings, so you can change the background on the machine. Button 3 is going to be for the thread sensor. The thread sensor is right down here on the machine. It's tied into the check spring, and it senses when every stitch the check spring goes up and down. The second it breaks, it stops going up and down and triggers an alert. If you had a damaged thread sensor or whatever, or if it was dirty and going off and the thread wasn't broken and you've already rethreaded it, you have the option of turning it off until you can have a dealer look at it. To turn it off, you would just push on it to close the eye. 4 is going to be your sound settings. On the bottom, you have BSR sound settings. So if you're going too fast, you can outrun your BSR and it will put off an audio alert with a little beep saying you're going too fast. These top buttons are when you push a button, it makes a sound. So when you push it, each one will show you the sound that it makes when you hit the select. Or you can also disable it by hitting the X. We're going to skip this one right now and go to the bottom right. This is for your pinpoint laser. If you have it installed, pinpoint laser is something that mounts onto the back of the machine and points a little laser right down to the center of the fabric where the needle's going to puncture. The bottom middle one is for more machine settings. Top left is going to be to select your language. Top middle is going to be for the lights. If you didn't like sewing with the lights, you could turn the lights on or off. This is going to be the contrast brightness on the screen for the top. Top right is to calibrate the touch screen on the machine. If you ever hit this button, you must follow through. If you hit anything else, it will clear the calibration on the screen. So we're going to just hit the center of all three crosshairs, and now it's programmed. Bottom left is going to reset all the settings. So that would be resetting the personal settings, anything for you, for the users, as if it was coming from the factory. If you ever made a boo-boo and don't know what you did and want to undo it, this is where you would come do that. See, now our screen's back to blue. Bottom right shows information on the machine. The right one, log, is if you've had any errors on the machine, it will display a log. That's more for dealers. The middle is going to be all your dealer information. And the left is going to show information about the machine. So you have software version, you have total number of stitches sewn on the machine. So this machine's brand new. It's only sewn 2,125, and then how many stitches it's been on since it was serviced. Bottom middle is going to take you to maintenance. Maintenance would be if you wanted to update the machine, if you wanted to clean the machine. It can kind of walk you through what I've already talked to you about, cleaning it out. Top right is going to tell you how to oil the machine, which is what we've already walked through. And then the bottom left is going to take you to the service program. There's really not anything you need to access in here. This is more for your dealer.